right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Chella is here.
It's your girl, Chella H. Not the little one.
Okay. And we're doing Yee Tea. Let's talk about Ice Spice. She did an in-depth conversation with Zane Lowe on Apple, and here is what she had to say about meeting Nicki Minaj, who is her mentor. You know, she is does have a deal with Nicki Minaj. Here's what she said.
I was like at her studio, and she was like doing her glam and stuff. And
Were you
then
nervous?
I was nervous.
Yeah, bet.
But I was like nervous to get there. Once I got there, I was like, okay, I'm chilling. But then I heard her like say something, and then I got nervous. And then she came out, right?
Yeah.
And when she came to me, she hugged me. I started crying because just the journey. Like, you know, I love Nicki, and like meeting her was great and everything. But for me, it also just mostly felt like this is a full circle moment.
Right.
All right. In addition to that, she talked about some advice that Nicki Minaj has given her.
I feel like I am like absorbing advice from her and like learning from her and stuff. And she'll tell me like, you know, learn from my mistake, like, you know, do this or like don't do that or whatever. And I just really pay attention to what she's saying, because if there's anyone I'm gonna listen to, it's the queen.
Yeah, I mean, you need mentors in this space, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, and Chella, I feel like that's how you are with Trina.
Yeah.
You know, because you've always talked about how much Trina's
I
been.
do. Yeah, she does look out. And I try to be like that for the girls that came after me as well.
Right. That's an important
sure.
thing to be able to do. Now, she also talked about Drake. And if you guys recall, people felt like Drake was trying to come at her when he said she's a 10 trying to rap is good on mute, right? And so she responded and on social media at that time and said, at least I'm a 10.
Right.
And then she put the shrugging emoji. And she did say there was no issues between the two of them. They spoke. They were all good. You know, there were all kinds of rumors. Well, here's what she had to say about Drake and Drake giving her advice.
We talk all the time, and like we're always like just laughing about some things that like go on, and like I'll ask him, what should I do with this, or like how'd you go about this, or like did you ever experience that? And he'll tell me like I did this, and like you should do that too because you can.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you're right. Like
I
period.
feel like
I'm gonna do that.
he gives great mentor energy.
Yeah, no, he really does.
All right. She also did announce that she's releasing a deluxe edition of her Like EP with 4 brand new Ice Spice songs. So that's going to be coming out tomorrow
That's what's up.
for you guys to check out. Yeah, so that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right, now Damon Dash, he's been doing a lot of press lately, and he recently talked about Aaliyah. If you guys recall, Damon Dash used to date Aaliyah, and he said that Jay-Z and Aaliyah actually were a little bit competitive as far as trying to get her attention. Here is what Damon Dash had to say on the That's Fed Up podcast.
The thing about Aaliyah was like every time I saw her, she looked different. So she had different looks every time, and I was like, who the is that? And then I realized it was Aaliyah, and then I just threw my A game. And then, you know, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then like it got brought up, and I was like, both of y'all. But it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I like kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
Wow. I wonder, because
Well,
I saw a lot of people in the comments talking about Aaliyah and her age and all
Right.
of that and how young she was at the time. And, you know, people also don't necessarily like everyone talking about Aaliyah after. She's not even here to talk about her side of the story, but
exactly.
at least it doesn't feel like it's disrespectful in any way.
Seemed like everybody had show love for her, so.
All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are flying under the radar. I know we're going to talk about Carly Russell today, and we actually, coming up in the next hour, do have some exclusive updates from the scene. So we'll let you know more about what's happening with Carly Russell. She's the woman in Alabama who went missing and was returned home, or did return home herself. And now there's been all these press conferences about what really went down.
Right.
And I see a lot of memes about this situation, all right? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Under the Radar is next.